A good evening, this is Nerdist to Human, and welcome back to Civilization VII. And you join us with Himiko, the Queen of War, who is currently Queen of the Greek Empire. You can see Athens over here, but unfortunately, the Greeks have somewhat failed to discover philosophy in time. We are now at 100% through the age of antiquity, and it is time to move on to a new peoples, for we have failed to sufficiently be Greek, and thus we will morph, we will change our ways, and hopefully change our ways to a better one. I say a better one, we're actually doing magnificently well. We're making pretty much the top yields on everything, although the way that things go in this game means that this is very likely to change in a moment when we press the next turn button. So yes, of course, we have Kerma, Kalkis and Athena, our proper cities. We have Thera, Corinthos and Lindos over here, all just helping us grow our settlements, those little bit more, grow our territories, pressing up against, yes, Jose Rizal of the Maya over in that direction. We could potentially go grab some wine, actually. I know we told them not to cross this border, but they never told us not to, so maybe we'll go and grab that in a turn or two. Oh yes, we also gained Barthagada at the end of last time. So, I mean, that's currently rebelling back. So we'll see what happens with that in the next age, because in the new age, I think our cities all turn back to towns, actually, which is a little bit unfortunate. We do, though, have ourselves some very, very nice wonders around. Sanchi Stupa, +2 happiness, +1 culture for every 5 excess happiness in this settlement. And over here, we get 17, so currently that's +3 culture. Pretty darn nice, I would say, especially next to the Grand Canyon. You can go to our library, look out to the Grand Canyon. You can have a little stroll around the back and find Petra. Oh, magnificent. Colchis is quite the grand second city, it should be said. We had the Weighing Palace over in our capital, Athena, as well as the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, next to the slightly drowned Gardens of Silk. We'll ignore that drowning for now. We do get flooded quite a bit over there. But yes, it's time to end our term, and time for the Greeks to move on to a new conception of themselves, one where we have not discovered philosophy. It's fine. To be honest, I like the Eastern philosophies much more than the Greek kind. So let's press next turn and let's see what happens. We have ourselves a list of legacy paths for the next stage. We basically gain ourselves extra attribute points for most things because we did a pretty good job of spreading over the different victory conditions, at least for that age. Wonders gets extra culture and happiness. That's nice to have. The academies are Golden Age academies. Yes, that is the Science Golden Age, of course. I like the extra science for the Codex. So we are getting rewards for our previous age, even though we're going to have to somewhat rewire our empire. I suppose the concept behind this is that those crises come along and, those crises cause change and societies morph over time. The past is a foreign country, and let's not pretend that the Han Dynasty and the Ming Dynasty are the same country. They're really not. We might call them China, but really they're very different places, aren't they? Things change over time. So, okay, I can kind of see the conception of that. The only problem is the crisis didn't really do anything to us. It was pretty darn chill for us, really. We managed that very well, apart from one turn where people were slightly unhappy. So, Wonders of the Ancient World. We got 4 of those. We do have 8 settlements. None of them are anyone else's conquered. Well, one we've inherited. I don't think that counts. Maybe it does, actually, because it says 8. I think we only need 7. So maybe it does. Age progress, we got the Great Library. Oh, no one else quite made it. And Silk Roads, we were on 8. Not too bad. And as for legacies, this is an interesting graph. I kind of like it. So yeah, science seems to be the one. Jose Rizal, nothing to worry about, apparently. He is the one where I need to expand towards, at least on my home continent. So that is intriguing. With our failure to develop philosophy, the Greeks are lost and find a new path for themselves. The Normans, the Spanish, God, I haven't got the options I want here. I'd love to have Abbasid. The Chola seems quite interesting. Hawaii, I love that as well. I'm also, the Ming one potentially. There are some great options here, just not the ones I'm being offered. So they're both quite similar in being militaristic. I don't know how much militaristic I want to be honest, guys. My one positive about militaristic, though, is that we're going to be expanding in this era. We're absolutely going to be expanding, grabbing new cities. That's the whole point of the Age of Exploration. It continues my favourite thing about these kind of games, which is exploring, creating new maps and, yeah, just going to grab more land and territory and expand. So it does extend the part of the game I really like, and that's conceptually what I'm enjoying about Civ 7 so far. But we'll see how we get on with this here age. Now, Spain are expansionist, yes, militaristic, but I don't want to lose too many of my strengths, and I was diplomatically very strong. I'm going to try and continue with that, and thus I think the Normans are going to suit me well. The Normans do kick out an awful lot of military things though. So, okay, land units 1 movement when embarked, and land units adjacent to coast gain combat strength. So, okay, the White Tower as well. We get bonuses towards cavalry units. This unique set is pretty nice. We gain medieval walls in new cities, so that's great stuff. Because we're going to need that in the new lands we conquer, I guess. Wherever we settle, sorry. Yeah, we're going to want to be protecting them. So maybe the kick of military isn't the worst thing in the world. I won't bother building troops very much otherwise. We're looking pretty solid on our home continent. So, bit of culture here as well, by the way, with the Bailey. Very nice, because I could do with anything like that. An extra happiness here. Always happy to continue with that. So, the Normans it is. We are Greeks, but now we are Normans, and that is true for some of them. Well, the Normans were Viking, really, weren't they? In we go to a new age then, the winds rise, and the Normans cross the channel of history to seize the world for themselves and hold nothing back. So we get to continue our lives here, but I do believe, yeah, we're back to towns. How deeply, deeply sad now. We can choose our legacies, of course. We have ourselves the exploration age that begins. So yes, indeed, we have ourselves all of these here points, and we need to pick some of it. We could change our capital as well, by the way. Colchis and Kerma can be chosen because they were cities in the previous age. We want to explore. Kerma's a bit vulnerable, I think, for that, just in terms of there are unknown enemies to the north, aren't there, with Catherine. So I think we'll probably stick with Athena. We still have a navigable river to get out to sea. This sea is our safer spot. Colchis is also on this river here. It can get out to sea, but I don't need to worry about that. So it probably won't change our capital, although it does have the bonus whereby you actually then get 2 cities because it doesn't kick your old capital from being a city. So it does save you a bit of money. But yes, let's see what we can do. We've got ourselves 1 wild card, and we've got ourselves 3, 2, 1, and 1. Let's get a click in. It's quite interesting, really, because obviously if you only get 1 of these little points, then all you can really pick for a lot of these is just to gain 1 attribute point in the next age, which is absolutely fine. I'll take that. But we've obviously picked the Great Library, Golden Age. We can actually collect this as well with that wild card. I don't know that I want anything else. I think it would be good just to kind of keep us in that position. So yes, we can afford that because of our wild cards. So let's confirm those legacies. That is magnificent. And yes, a couple people managed to build wonders in that very last turn, the jammy buggers. We have discovered a natural wonder, the Grand Canyon. I think we knew about that, but maybe the Normans have only just discovered it. So here we are. Here are our lovely, lovely cities. Now, we've still got, of course, our Parthenon and our Odeons. They will live through the ages. They will continue to be magnificent. And as for our towns here, they're looking quite Norman, comparatively anyway, much more medieval at this point. But of course, our Greek heritage still stands. And of course, because we built one of our traditional buildings over here, yes, of course, the Weiyang Palace, we do have something that looks a little bit more Eastern, if technically that may not be Japanese per se. Okay, very nice. How are you feeling, by the way? Oh, you're much happier now. You see, they're much more relaxed in this age. So no more rebellion over here. They've got over that. They like the Norman rule. So maybe we just gave it. Maybe they're now the rulers. I think that might be what's happening. Interesting to have a look at the Norman civics. This is decent enough for the mods for extra happiness and some palisading, always nice, but they're a little bit too war-based, some of these. We do have culture from the palace. I quite like the common law. The Doomsday Book, plus for culture and settlements not founded by me. That's not going to be many, I don't think, but who knows? Maybe I'm going to go on a big old tear, but I think we're going to stick with the exploration civics to start with. So economics it is, plus 30% production towards naval units. I think we're going to be building some of those because, yes, we want to be getting out to sea. So I don't know why you'd really do anything other than the likes of cartography. So we're just going to go straight towards that. Shipbuilding up here means we won't take damage in the deep ocean. So we probably want to be getting up to that pretty quickly too. There is, a bit of heraldry which gets us our Chevalier, our upgrade to our units. So that's worth bearing in mind. We could have some wars before too long, so we'll have a little think about it. But shipbuilding's going to be my natural draw, I think. Oh, and interestingly, a lot of our resources have changed. Incense, it kind of looks like a pie, to be honest, with a lot of steam pouring out the middle. But anyway, beautiful, beautiful pies, which is how the Normans do incense, damn it. Towards missionaries and temples, fine. I don't know how much we desperately want that. We do have gypsum, though. Production in homeland cities, production in distant lands. Okay, very nice indeed. We'll plonk you in the capital. And we have our sugar cubes / our clay over here. Food in the capital. Dump it in there right now. That'll be perfect. So, okay, you can just go into... I don't know that we can do this in Corinth, actually. No, we can't. That's a bit of a shame. That's fine. We'll take the happiness instead. We now have furs. I don't know what furs used to be, but we have them now. So that's nice, isn't it? Where does it say? That's in Athens. Oh, is that our elephants? Are elephants now furry? No, it's just a new resource that's popped up. Of course, yeah, we still have the elephants. So we haven't killed the elephants. That's good. But we've now got some furs. I don't think they were there before. Very interesting. Slight change. Resources change in their use over time. And now, yeah, we like to keep ourselves warm in luxury. As for the government then, feudal monarchy is intriguing. Food for 6 turns, always nice. I didn't pick it very often last time though. I just liked the production, damn it. But one naval units will be helpful. I don't think I really want to be focusing on it. I like the overproduction. Gold is good. We didn't, if anything, I think we need more gold going forward. I would have liked some of the other options for this era based on gold, but I couldn't have those options. 40% towards civilian and support units, 6 turns. No, I think gold is a good option, and overbuilding, I'm probably going to pick that every time. So plutocracy, it is, just to remember our old Greek friends. And as for our policies, of course, our Greek influence still very much carries over. So, dealing league for endeavours, great. I'm not too worried about sanctions right now, and Xenia makes much more sense than the Strategoi for the time being, because he will have new city-states to be befriending, so we'll absolutely settle on that. So yeah, new real estate available over here. I think we'll be making new cities. So over here actually. Not a bad idea. Ooh, yeah, to begin ourselves a settler or two. What are you currently building that? All right. I tell you what, Kerma, and Colchis. Yeah, Colchis. We've got you. I would say, sod all the new buildings. I would. Oh, no, there's so many fun new things. Oh, no. Right, you're the settler. Yeah, build us a settler, please. But we'll probably just buy one in another turn or so. But yeah, we have the advantage of plenty of ocean. We have this entire south section to ourselves. That's great. The entire west is largely ours. Not quite. They do have Raga over here. But because we gained this, we have, yeah, we've kind of cut them off a little bit. And it does give us more options moving north. I might need to make sure we protect this better, though. We've inherited a swordsman, which is nice. But, we could have some problems if we're not careful up in the north. So I think we want to be getting a scout out of here. So if we can afford a scout, we can indeed. That's good news. Head over there, sir, and find out more. And even better, we have a leader attribute to give us production towards settlers. Very nice. I think we already had that, so we do have one left over. Growth rate in cities. Yeah, go for the growth rate. Although, oh no, the new population in towns. Wish I'd saw that sooner. Oh well, I didn't bother reading. And I'm intrigued by what's happened to our unit. Yeah, a unit seemed to have... I don't think they just sent one swordsman to every town. I don't know if it's like they calculated how many units we had and just spread them out. But we seem to have units in most of our towns at this point. It's probably about how many I had, except Lindos doesn't have anything now. So that's a little bit... don't know how I feel about that. But anyway, we have some swordsmen, and I guess we'll have to do something with them. We have got a free cog. That's kind of fun. So, okay, we know there's not much to the south. But we'll have a little peruse in that direction. We have cartography unlocked, and with that, we have a much better chance to head forward. For some reason, we built our fortifications with an open door to attack them. Okay, that is amusing. We're going to leave their cavalry. I don't want to try and leave them nearly dead if these guys are going to swing in and take the glory, so we won't worry about that. But yeah, basically, they've just reborn themselves, which is a little bit annoying. There is still the opportunity to build down here, or indeed to settle around here. And actually, if we could go and nab that little bit of extra gypsum, they've renamed this Baghdad. Interesting. Okay. Yes, we haven't renamed our towns, but apparently that is what the AI are doing. Very, very strange. Okay, fine. Well, we do have scouts moving around. We're going to go and find Catherine and the likes of that. That was a ding-dong, diddly, ding-dong, ding-dong of some sorts over there. What's the narration going on here, then? Behind closed doors, Himiko and handmaidens have not been seen for days. Chris a pine up outside the door. What should she be doing? Sequestered away like that. Perhaps it was meant to remain a secret. Secrets must be known. They're of no concern. Gain 402 gold. Ooh. Alright, I'm going to gain a merchant and I'm going to start 3 diplomatic endeavours. I mean, that's easy to do. We'll do that. The gold would be lovely and it's quite a nice kickstart to a new era, but not going to go for that for now. We could double down on cartography, by the way. What would the mastery give us? Extra food and fishing. Nothing too much of interest there. Whenever machinery, sounds like some production-y kind of stuff is going on. And down in the south, by the way, we have a little bit of a nose around here, but we also found the very cold waters, so I'm not too worried about that. Over this side, by the way, plenty more going on. I never really explored all the way down here, but apparently it's really cocking exciting. We've got more ivory, we've got wine, iron, we've got niter. We need some niter. Marble's always good. Okay, yeah. If you're going to be useless, lad, we're going to go and take the territory that you should have claimed in the first place, and then we killed your settler. But yeah, that's looking grand. And we've managed to take over this camp. Excellent work. We are going to disperse it. And with that, yeah, we need to very much think about what we are going to do with this bit of territory. We really do need to claim it rather than these guys. So apparently we're still just going to stand there in their camp. That's absolutely fine. We gained a big pile of science for that. Oh, yeah. That is very nice. Archer can head back to Colchis. Just so you know, by the way, of course, these guys are the Abbasids, as you might would expect. That's unfortunate. I quite like them. Friedrich, although that does mean we should probably still be able to be friends. That's nice. Friedrich is now Spain. Now, we got on quite well with him, albeit we met him towards the end of the age. Spain, very expansionist and militaristic. I don't actually know where he is. Presumably the other side of Jose Rizal, up here somewhere, but yeah, he might not be so friendly going forward. Hawaii, a bit more chill, but he's a bit pathetic anyway. And Catherine the Great is Mongolia, so she's going to be evil. I must say, this territory down in the southeast here is phenomenal. Look at this, double ivory, dyes, wine, there's some fish, the marble. We could probably settle around like here and all of that. I mean, that marble's in reach of that city anyway, but that is absolutely astronomically good. So beautiful. And the thing is, there isn't actually an awful lot of fresh water, which is a bit of a shame. It says a foreign hemisphere, which is a bit unusual, but there we are. You, though, are going to settle over here, the great city of Ruin. Can we rename towns on this? Why can't we rename towns, Civ? Why can't we? Okay, fine. But we will grow the town. And where do we want to expand into? The horse probably makes the most sense, to be honest. I would like to go and eat those camels in time. So we could eat the horse now. Yeah, you know what? Let's go and eat the horse. So that's nice. And with that, we're a little bit closer to those camels. If we can grab the camels, I'll be very happy. So yeah, this is a good spot. Dyes, camels, incense, all within reach. gypsum, iron, marble, and it will just cause a little bit of a barrier across this half. For now, we'll create that barrier. I'd like to build this city. We're now at our cap. We have to work on increasing that. Now this settlers over here, I don't know what to do here though. I mean, the reason the city-states are popping up here is because of the water. This is just too close to Corinth. Down here is maybe much later on you decide to do that. It's not the end of the world if they decide to settle without the fresh water. No benefit for a new hemisphere. Oh, it's not a new foreign hemisphere. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, so I'd probably like to settle. If anything, I'm thinking here isn't the worst, but I don't really want to focus on that right now. I don't want to use up my city space. I just don't want them to expand. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself a scout, just check that they're not expanded. If they don't want to expand here, I will leave it. It's fine, but I don't want them taking it. I will just settle if I need to. In the meantime, this guy is just hanging out here, waiting for us to explore more. This cog might well die if I'm not careful, but we're going to see what we can explore in the sea whilst we work towards some better boats. Indeed, new perspectives will open new horizons. We'll take ourselves a nice bucket of money. And yes, but do you have a flag? From 80 years old, which I'm pretty sure I do quote in my Civ 5 series. Excellent stuff. And with heraldry, oh yes, that means ship building, baby. Carrick, 7 turns away. That's what we want to see. And also, just in time for colonialism. No, I don't know if that's the direction we're going to go. We do want some more settlement limit though. So I do need to bear in mind which of these will do some of that. So yeah, unfortunately, it's in the mastery section for quite a few of these. So have a look at a few more of these. Oh yeah, the House of Wisdom. I did want the House of Wisdom potentially. That one could be very fun indeed. So yeah, I need to have a little look and see. We'll go for inspiration for now. But I am working on a brand new wonder over here. That's a woodcutter, Thomas. Now, what are we going to build? Oh yeah, the Tomb of Askia for big piles of golden production. Needs to be built on the desert, so I'm building it in Colchis. Unfortunately, it might mean that Athens starts getting some of its resources sent here instead. But you know what? This place is so magnificent. It might be the future capital. Who ruddy well knows? But I think it's time to make sure, yeah, we've got this over here now. Corinth is now a city too. Let's start banging out things like the observatories. Oh yes, that's already a district. You know what, we'll build it on a new slot over here. 5 is absolutely fine, so we'll go and grab ourselves that. And likewise, there's just a few of these buildings that we do need to get going on here. This is obviously new anyway, but things like temples and wharfs, actually, yeah, the wharf is probably a good plan. 8 over there out on the sea, love it. And then we can start thinking about a temple as well for happiness. Yeah. I think we can place it in there. Oh, it's well worth noticing, by the way, that we do have Xerxes, King of Kings, who's joined us now. Not to be confused with our friend to the north, who used to be a Persian, but +3 combat strength. You know, we're in no war, but we'll absolutely take you up on it, so we might as well build some good relations. We also have a Lafayette, by the way, of the Ming civilization, interesting, who I bumped into over on this coastline. He does indeed have some cocoa, so he's beaten us to it. He has the tea. The French have the tea, although they're sort of the Chinese. So the Chinese Frenchies have the tea. That's of interest. Now, foxes and whales we already had. I need to find more of this territory, damn it. I want some of that tea. And on this day in 630 CE, in the holy city of Colchis, the religion of Source was born. And with that, oh yeah, we can add ourselves a new set of beliefs here. Oh right, so what do we want to do? I think we're quite early to the party. There's a couple here actually already. +8 culture for every tile as natural wonder. Oh no, that would have been catastrophically good for me with my 4 tiles of natural wonder. Okay, I'm going to have a little look at this. I think then we're going to go for relinqueries, which is slightly more awkward to say than it is to understand. Basically, every time we convert a new settlement, we will gain ourselves an extra relic as long as it has a temple or altar. So, okay, that basically means we're stealing from their temples. I like it. Excellent. And we're also going to have shrines of the kami for 4 culture, gold, and science for every wonder in other civilization settlements following this religion. It seems to be based on what the other cities, other civilization settlements are doing. So that's harder for me to know. I'm just going to say we're going to go with that. Okay, that's absolutely fine. So we also have a narrative choice that follows along with that. So the rural folk wrapped in furs and rough cloth hang the bronze mirror in their dwellings, knowing that she watches over them in the wild places of the land. Become suzerain over an independent power. I'm going to do that as long as I can find some. So we could get a missionary, but I don't really know what that is. So instead we're going to find someone to be our new friend. That will be fun. So we'll just continue to plod, and hopefully in another turn or two we're going to find the city-state, the Tomb of Askia. Oh, amazing, we have ourselves a new wonder. Oh yeah, set the flames alight, baby. Excellent stuff. And shipbuilding level 2 for a bit of combat strength, and all embarked land units can enter the deep ocean, just giving us a little bit more of an option. Not quite sure what I'm doing here, actually. There's no fresh water. Mountainous tundra. I mean, there's enough resources here for it to be worth it. I'm going to send this guy here, and we'll just see if we find anything more interesting in the meantime. I actually don't have the capacity for any extra right now, but I really, really would like something like chocolate. Now, I kind of notice we've got more of yes, Catherine the Great over here, which is slightly concerning. This is more incense though, so it's nothing particularly new or exciting. So I'm not really, I mean, I've got plenty of my own territory to expand into. We've got Bayou down here, by the way, which is magnificent and actually does need to grow. So we'll grab you some more ivory. Big pile of ivory going on in our empire. But yeah, we've got tons to expand to here, but I feel like the new world so far has yet to excite me. Over in these distant lands, then, we have discovered new territory that we want to take over. I would love this tea, but yeah, my friend over here is pretty close. Maybe it's not the best idea, and maybe I will still go for it, though, to be honest. Instead, though, I've got this position over here. Found the new city of Calm. Something like that. Anyway, we're going to grow into this position, obviously, because we immediately gain wine, gold, that's the gold, Thomas, wine and spices, baby. We're going to try and get the truffles next if we can. It's a nice little spot, although potentially under issues of attack. Hopefully Xerxes will, hopefully he'll be chill with me. We might want to, try and just encourage some positivity with him, actually. So I'm going to go do that. Fine. Let's just make sure we're still staying positive. On that note, though, it is worth bringing up some of the issues of the change in age, because it does kind of, I've heard other people say it's just ended their wars, for example. We saw my units disappear or shift around, I think might be the better way. I don't know if I lost or gained any units. I think they just moved around. But even so, we have our relations here, and all right, the previous age is worth 27. That is excellent, because everything else is pretty neutral these days. We lost 10 with him for the espionage being revealed, but to be honest, I'd kind of like, and this has always been an issue with Civ, I'd kind of like to be able to say, no, I forgive you, and not have that impact our relationship. I want a more positive relationship, you know, so I need my allies. I mean, my whole entire thing, as my good old Himiko over here, is that I have myself allies. That's what I do, damn it. So yeah, every alliance gains me extra potential opportunities to activate Friend of Way and all of that stuff, as well as, plus science for every leader you're friendly or helpful with can support the endeavours for free. I mean, those are excellent traits. This guy hates us because he's Spain, and Spain are just dicks, but he was quite friendly with us in the previous age. So it's a little bit strange to some extent how some of these diplomatic actions sort of shift over time. And I suppose I do conceptually completely understand the idea of, the past is a foreign country, as I say, and these things will change over time. Here's some espionage, by the way. I discovered José Rizal. Well, okay, we can. They receive a big chunk of science from us. I'm going to acknowledge it, but yeah, I'd like to have a little bit more impact on that. That is something that's always been missing. But the fact that they change so substantially between eras, or to some extent reset, albeit with some kind of legacy, is a little bit frustrating. Previous age 0, so this guy actually got on well with me, but there we are. Leader of change at -45. He's just horrible. Catherine's super cultural. She doesn't like other people who are cultural. I'm probably second to her with culture. So that means she's never going to be too fond of me, although we are not terrible. But yes, I'm a little bit intrigued about the particular age we're in now. I did just mention that I don't seem to have done much towards this age, and I'm not seeing very many opportunities for it. Unfortunately, the economics, I'm going to have to, colonize the distant lands. For the military, I need to do distant lands. For the culture, we need to do religion, which I'm not been inspired by yet. And science is science, but we need some specialists in urban districts. So, okay, fine. But I don't feel like I should be having too many tutorials at this point of the game, but I might have to go look some things up. I know a few people have said there's a lack of things being too intuitive, perhaps, with the game. So that I can kind of understand. I want to work towards Machu Picchu. I'm just going to kind of beeline towards that. I'm not too interested in the military side of things. I might need to be quite soon, by the way. Merchant. Oh yeah, I can't even get troops here unless I decide to grow that to a city. So probably a good idea right now to just send some men-at-arms. Probably should have done that before. But again, I can't even send him. Can you, sir? Sir? Can you? All right, fine. He has accepted the movement there. I thought he was doing an old total war thing and not actually taking multiple turns of direction. Unfortunately, this is technically not part of the new world, so I'm going to go over here instead. I probably will consider taking this anyway, but technically it's part of Zealandia, so I don't gain the special magical rules of this game set. And this is kind of where I'm struggling a little bit in this second age here, at least mentally with the game, is that it's forcing me to play in this. I know it's the exploration age, but it's kind of forcing the exploration age upon me. And this is where I think Millennia, on first impressions, is where Millennia is working better, is that you feel like the age you reach in Millennia made sense according to what happened before. This is kind of forcing this age of exploration onto you. I actually have tons of land here to expand into. I'd realistically have another city here, maybe another one here. I have a little maybe fishing village here in the corner just to go grab the jade. I'd like to go grab this. It will protect this coast for me, especially with these guys down here. Maybe I'm going to go up here, but I still have my own territory to kind of lock down. Why would I be desperately going for all this exploration? Yeah, maybe a few extra things over here like the spices. That's something new. The tea's new, but I shouldn't be doing it because the game says you've got to do it because that's how you progress. There should be more, different ways. Science is still science, and religion's there as well, albeit I'm a bit uninspired by it so far. But I'm intrigued because I've been enjoying the game so far, but it feels a little bit forced right now. It doesn't make sense for my empire to push too wide. I'm diplomatic. I'm working on Constantinople. We've got Hunza on side now. They're actually our good old friends here. Excellent, isn't it? But yeah, I just feel like it wouldn't make sense for me to be going desperately for these colonies. These guys, absolutely, they're in a corner. They should be going and colonizing everything they absolutely can. But for me, it feels like something that could happen, potentially under the right circumstances, but I feel like this age of exploration was forced on me, and I don't know, in a more of a millennia style, it would make sense for this to be something else. Nonetheless, we have the House of Wisdom. Oh, that is magnificent. I always love a good science wonder. Do not mix the truth with falsehood, or conceal the truth while you know it. I do seem to have gone for quite a few of the Islamic wonders here. At least we have so far in this age, which is ironic considering we are not bothering with religion very much. I probably should, but I just don't really know. Oh, that does look absolutely glorious. Next to our Casbah, by the way, which we do get as a result of being friends with Nassau over here on this lovely, lovely little sticker land. I love it. Okay, yeah, so we're now pinning these guys in as well with our allies. I do enjoy that. And because we're going to start getting some of our unique buildings in, yeah, we can get ourselves the Mott and Bailey. And that is also extra fortified districts that need to be conquered. Add that in to the fact that we've got a couple Casbahs here and there. Oh yeah, no one's ever going to be able to take our cities. Oh, and excitingly, we can expand into that gold, which means the piggies are ours. Production towards training units. I think we'll be needing that before long, to be honest. I'm not really clear, by the way. Oh, a little narrative event. An adventurer stops in their tracks. A murder of crows drops offerings of shiny coins and rocks at the base of the ruins. Follow the crows for things and stuff. Or a production to a figure. No, we can do without the production. It's absolutely fine. We'll take the other stuff. So yeah, what I'm not really clear about is whose lands originally these are. Are these just all claimed things? In which case, where do these people come from? Like, this is you, right? So yeah, it's just a little bit chaotic over here. But if we can get a second city down over there as well. Oh yeah, we'll be sitting pretty, I think. But I think what we'll do is we'll upgrade this to a city in time, save us some money for that, and that will mean that it can stand its own feet an awful lot more. This one can be more of a town just to give us some tea. Good old tea town, everyone needs that. But yeah, this territory could be of interest, but I need to scout it out more. I do have a bit of a problem right now, which is that my capital, Athena, is currently getting naught production, and this is entirely a bug, by the way. 35 is what we should be on, which should be quite good. You can see the breakdown here. There's no negative. Like with gold, there is reason for it being negative. But yeah, the game is bugged. I've just reloaded. That hasn't helped. I'm going to shut down the whole game and start again. So this might be one of the little bugs that you're hearing about. And now there's no internet connection. That should not explain the production, sir. Oh, and this one's been a while. The Shwedagon Zeddy Do. I can't even remember which this does, but yeah, this is going to be nice. It's a very random place. We put this in Thera. It's all we've been doing there for a long time. I teach only suffering and the end of suffering. So there we are. Thera has itself a magnificent wonder. What do you do, by the way? +4 science, +2 science on all rural tiles in this settlement that have at least 1 happiness. Okay, yeah, so next to a lake. This is entirely rural. Basically, this entire area is just not urbanized. So presumably this is going to be quite good. It says 8. But anyway, it's fine. We're gaining plenty of happiness. It's nice to have a wander in a different city. If nothing else, just adjacency going forward. That will be excellent stuff. In terms of diplomatic actions, decrease your relationship with the other leader. Oh, is he going to denounce me, is he? Sure, you can denounce me. No, actually, I won't let you. I'm going to poo-poo your suggestions, sir. And no one's going to accept your denunciation at this point. We do have a big flood over here in Colchis, by the way. Don't think it's damaged that much. But at this point, we're starting to get down. Oh, yeah, Amott and Bailey's. These obviously are part of our civilization here. And stack them both together. Very nice indeed. There's also one being built over here. The Bailey's in progress. But, oh, yeah, extra defense in our settlements, of course. And they do some culture or some shit like that. I don't know. Back in the capital, we do now actually have some production again. I lost about 2 or 3 turns worth. At least a couple turns where I probably didn't notice. And then it took another turn or 2 for it to get fixed. Did send an error report. I don't know if that's what fixed it or what. But hey ho, it's working again. But if I happen to lose like a city placement by like 2 turns, that will be why. I'm going to send this over here for now. But actually over here, we settled a new city over here, Chedderberg, which has got us tea. Tea, darling, tea. And we're just going to keep on shooting at these guys because there's an awful lot going on. We've got a Casbah over here in Khan as well. Calm, sorry. But by the looks of it, this is just a big pile of colony land by the looks of it. So I might actually have a good chance to build another city over here. But I'm yet to figure out exactly what the lay of the land is. We do have some open borders. Oh, this is a nice little strip of coast. My friend over here, she seems to get on. We're not technically allies yet, but we've got quite a lot of good things going on. And up to 38. Oh yeah, we're slowly getting some of our diplomacy in play. And we're slowly starting to get some tasty new bits of resources into the Empire. And Constantinople has joined our side too. And I'm going to go with Suai over here. There are things like the relic. Social policy slot would, in theory, be very nice, but I'm going to go for that one. Excellent. And we do now have 3 suzerain city-states. Very nice indeed. And to celebrate, you can work harder, everyone. Woohoo! On the note, actually, this does give us a bonus here. So do we want some naval units? I think we're fine with that, to be honest. Maybe we just give ourselves a bit of extra happiness. I must say, our culture has exploded. I was thinking, I can't turn down 251 culture. I'll get 502 happiness in a few turns. My culture's at 253. Wow, alright, fine. I'll still go for culture, but that's not as impactful as I might have at first thought. This guy can just go and explore. Just go in this kind of a direction. There's a bit of an annoying thing where they go off a unit once you use it up, and now I won't be able to, I have to, cancel it rather than just override what the instruction is. Just a few little quality of life things like that are going on. On the plus side though, Cherbourg does have itself these men-at-arms who have arrived now, which is very nice indeed. This cannon can continue to do some good work, which is quite welcome actually. Quite welcome. We do get medieval walls on our cities upon building them, which is very much welcome, it should be said. And actually, over here in Terra, yes, because of our medieval walls, we can build our Motte Bailey here between the Wonder and between the walls, and that is so many bonuses. Absolutely glorious. I also have a free attribute here, a wild card from one of my civic techs, I think because I've been researching the Norman ones, and I should point out that I have actually gone quite far down in terms of the diplomatic stuff. We've got the +2 culture and science for each city-state you're suzerain of, which is currently 3, so that's a good 6 of each. Not a bad little bonus. I really want to get some scientific though. I have not been working on this at all in production towards buildings, and then more and more science further down. Oh yeah. We should be grabbing that a little bit more. And I think it's time for Calm to become a city. That is excellent. Oh yeah, Motte Bailey. We might be needing that, particularly with Xerxes down here. He's a little bit more chill with me now because we have got some trade going on still. I think we're just going to purchase a bit of production. So yeah, we'll grab something like the stone cutter or the sawmill. Let's just go and get that working right now. That will be excellent. Pump that up a bit. In terms of other things we can do here, shipyard. Yeah, we want a shipyard. So let's just get those 2 working immediately. And from there, hopefully then we can start to actually produce some things in good time. So what do we actually want here? You know what I do actually want? Oh, I do want a new settler. But I think for the time being, we probably just need to go for the Motte Bailey first. So, next to the capital here, yeah, right next to our building, I think that might be a good old plan. So we'll grab that spot there. Motte and the Bailey. Thank you very much. And the shipyard, I didn't purchase that. I didn't have the money. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I can't afford everything. Yeah, we'll build that in good time. Having cleared out the independent outside of my new 2 territories, I'm feeling quite good about things over here. We've also got the Bourbador just sitting on the borderlands to us. That is magnificent. Oh yes, look at our 2 lions, not 3. But we've got 2 lions on a banner, which is magnificent. So yeah, as we've been building our walls, we've been getting more and more of our cavalier lads, which are absolutely magnificent. We're looking far more solid now. We are just trying to explore what this area is, try and pick the best spot for our settler. Where is our settler? Oh yeah, someone did actually settle down here in the end, unfortunately. But it is what it is. I think there might be one arriving, but I might have made that up as well. But the plan is to go and settle over here, be it this side or that side. I'm not quite sure what. This side doesn't really have anything new, unfortunately. There's more tea in the north, though. God knows we want more tea. We can't just have 1 tea. Tea does unlock Japan in the future, in the next era, although we are Japan anyway, so we will always have that open to us. We need not collect 3 tea, and we need not collect 3 wine for France, because whilst we have 1, we are of course the Normans, so I think that opens that up for us too. Well, with some trade routes now set up, we can actually get the Mughal Empire in the next era, which is of interest to me. I am quite intrigued by Japan though, so we'll see, but it's nice to have some more options this time, and it does make sense that you do need to do certain things in order to link into that empire, so that's fine by me. So there we are, trading with Batavium. The map is looking far more filled out now. We've I'm still trying to get my actual shipments sent back home. I have got myself, my tea plantation set up. I've now got myself a wharf over here in Cheeseburg, and more and more cities filling this out. There's actually quite a lot of good land over here, and we are gradually getting more and more friendly with any other city-state that still remains. A couple of them are actually, I think these guys are pretty close. Yeah, a couple turns away now, just trying to get them on side, and we might just buy everyone out towards the end of the era. We'll have to see about that. We'll see which of these places we actually want to keep. Over on this border, by the way, you'll start to notice that there's a lot of hatred going on. We're pretty near alliances now with a couple, but a lot of negatives. And Jose Rizal, who is terrible, by the way, he's a bit upset because I've put a city near his capital. But I'll be honest, sir, you've had a long time to build one over here, and aside from the one I murdered, you've never really tried. This wine will have to be a wild wine forevermore. It's just not in a sensible place. But a good old Verkamp over here is looking pretty good as a spot, to be honest. A bit of marble, bit more marble, bit of iron, bit of wine, and it can fill out this gap quite nicely. So I'm pretty happy now with my territory over here. Bayou, by the way, is now a proper city as well, just to bring it into the party. Oh, and I must say, the most beautiful place over here in Calm in our new world. Look at how majestic this is. I know some of these city elements are kind of hard to see what they are without waiting for the hovering bit, like this is a shipyard, this is a wharf and a grist mill, but God, this looks absolutely gorgeous, doesn't it? Mott and Bailey Castle with the moat just on the edge of this brackish water here. We've got our actual castle with the mountain behind it, the beautiful navigable river on the cliffs here. Magnificent stuff. And if you actually go through, the river does take you to a magnificent lake where we just leave this Kanak just there to bombard anyone who happens to come our way. Oh, it is absolutely glorious. I mean, would you not want to be this giant of a man? What a view. What a view. Well, the crisis has really snuck up on me. We're well up to 75%, and that has increased quickly. Now, my tech is very close to feature tech already, so that makes some sense to me. But okay, we will see how this goes. The last crisis didn't affect me very much, but all faiths must be accepted. We are very much the diplomatic kind. So we'll see how the narrative choice goes. Yes, indeed, we are getting more and more people on our side. That is excellent. But this is not the time for this. Actually, it might be, because I finally figured out how specialists actually work, for Pete's sake. So I'm just going to shove another one in there, and we'll come back to that in a moment. Where are we? Oh, we're out in this kind of part of the world. Yeah, we'll just continue to build some of those. So in terms of civics, we will move on to bureaucracy. We're mostly there at this point, and there's just a few little bits to do. But yes, we need to figure out how we're going to fill these policy slots. So how are we going to do this? Crisis, religious tolerance, +8 happiness, and all settlements that do not follow your religion. Okay, that's interesting. I've only just started actually using them, so this probably would have been absolutely fine until the last few days. But okay. That's fine, I guess. Religion, what's even been the point? I don't know. Everyone still seems pretty happy, to be honest, because I haven't bothered that much, and when I have spread my own religion, it's very quickly been overtaken. Fine. We need not worry too much. We're very close. Oh yes, we have actually just got ourselves a new city-state here. And we've actually found, I assume, Korean of some sort up in this direction. Very nice. But I might want to, if we're starting to come towards the end of this era, I probably do want to just pay some close attention to which of these settlements I might want to keep. I'm going to try and get out a new settlement over here in this part of the world. I'm going to try and grab this sugar actually, because I do still need to grab just a little bit more. Over in this part of the world, yeah, we do have our fishing key. Yeah, fishing key. So we should be starting to get some treasure fleets activated at this point. Creates treasure fleet when connected to a coastal settlement. You seem to be, and we seem to have other things, but who knows how any of this works. I seem slightly muddled by it all, quite frankly. In terms of our relics, well, we've collected and displayed 8 out of 9, but it says 12. I assume 12 is for the Golden Age. We can keep on trying with that economic. We've got spawn the treasure fleet. Again, I'm going to have to figure out how this works. We've got 4 out of 5 resources, though, so we're getting there. And by spawn, maybe just have to build it now. Maybe I'm able to build it now, but I'm a bit unsure. Military, we're not going to do too much normal. If we get one more settlement founded, it at least gets us that 1 point. In terms of science, this looks a bit silly. Very low, considering I basically fill out the tree. But essentially, what's going on here is we need to use more specialists and be getting more tile yields out of specialists, which I've only just really figured out how they work. So we will start ramping this up late in the game. Just to point out how close I am in terms of the tech tree. Yeah, I've got like 1, 2 masteries left to do. And then I've got gunpowder and future tech. So we're pretty close. In fact, gunpowder's 1 turn away, so we're really not very far away now. Eden Zoo has been complete. We do have a couple wonders underway. Corinth needs to have one at long last, so that's building the Forbidden City, which was available like the first tech of this era. No one's got it, so I've decided to grab it. And Kerma is also building a Notre Dame. Over here, yeah, so we're 5 turns away from that. That could be very fun, just to make sure everyone has themselves a little bit of a wonderful city. So apparently I've just gained myself one of my legacy points, because I just spread my religion to this random island down here, so apparently that was helpful in some way. Okay. Maybe just gained us a relic because we spread our religion more. I don't really know what's going on, but apparently I'm doing fine. Well, it must be said that this is a nice set of bonuses over here. 5% science for every city-state you're suzerain of. I think I've got about 5 now. This one receive a population capital when you become a city-state suzerain. I've got to, well, I'm too far down the line now. +1 science for every science building for every city-state I'm suzerain of. I don't know. I feel like natural is probably going to be the best. There's also a free tech. I've already got that. Do I want the monastery? I mean, that also seems nice. But to be honest, my tiles are fairly full at this point. But okay, we've now got ourselves quite a number of these. There's still... Oh, yeah, no, we have just got over this one as well, which is excellent. So, yeah, we've got a lot on our side at this point. We've got Hunza in Constantinople as well. So, yeah, 77%. We're working our way towards the end here. And it looks like there's plenty of options. Still Tabriz over here. I should consider them. And we have the Forbidden City in Corinth. The past is the treasure. Time is its hiding place. Oh, magnificent. It's good to have some Eastern theme back into our civilization there. Corinth has itself a wonder, and it also has itself a new neighbour because these pricks next door have decided to build down here. This was annoying actually because this spot was perfect just to reach the silver and the jade that neither of these cities were going to grow towards. So I'm going to build this anyway, but it's fine. So I tell you what, we'll just build that immediately just to kind of eat towards their territory. The thieving scum. Nonetheless, it's absolutely fine. I'll just make sure we grab a couple extra resources and strengthen up this corner of the empire. And Karlama has its own wonder too, Notre Dame. The echoes of our glory and our losses, and of our victories, and of our disasters, have always resounded under these vaults. Glorious, glorious windows there. And yes, considering we've got a religious crisis apparently, and discovered imperialism, yeah, you'd think that maybe that wouldn't be the most clever thing to build, but it's going to look absolutely magnificent. Where did I build you? You're somewhere around here. The skies are now darkening, where customs and authority once fastened settlements together. Now religious tensions tear them apart. I'll be honest, guys, my people are so happy we have 394. We do not give a shiza Manelli. +1 crisis policy slot. I've seen people really complain about the crises because, yeah, like if you get the plague, apparently it is basically just give up. Start your game over is what I've been told. I'm just going to go into the sea here. What policies are we going to go for? Yeah, whereas I kind of had two here where it hasn't really seemed to bother me too much so far. +50% influence towards convert settlement espionage actions. Okay. Plus gold settlements not following your religion. Huh. Fine. I think we'll just take that. I think we'll still be fine. Yeah, we're all still very, very happy indeed. So yeah, we've got a brand new territory down here, haven't we? I'm just going to grab that just so we can grab as much territory off of these guys as possible. Now I'm kind of happy enough. We'll go grab the silver in a turn or two. But yeah, we're currently basically in future techs. We've done one future tech now. We've got a few bits and pieces left to go, really, in terms of mastery, but we're essentially there. Same with the civics, really. We should be getting some good boosts for the next era. In terms of actual success, culture's good. Economic, we are actually sending a boat back. Oh yes, I actually found a treasure fleet. It just kind of spawned eventually. Yay! I assume I've got to escort it? I don't know. Presumably back to my capital. I mean, I can't actually get through this territory anymore. So that's problematic. Quite problematic if he has to go to my capital. I just don't know how it works. So we'll find out. And this guy doesn't like me. We'll probably just have to start a war for these things. So maybe I'm going to start building some little boats and get my army out here. I have been building a few arquebusiers. So maybe that war has to start. And to be honest, it's at the end of the era. He'll forget about it in the next one anyway. This man is shaking his fist at me now, so I'm going to hinder public morale. You will regret this sanction. I will not, sir. So I'm going to do that. We're not unhappy enough to be able to denounce him, which is annoying because I want to denounce him. It's kind of where, again, having not enough control over my actual, my opinion is a bit strange, to be honest. I do keep on having problems where, yeah, just little things just keep on ruining everything for me, so I can't quite make the friends I want. But we have now got 3 treasure fleets, which is very nice indeed. I do assume I didn't just declare war. All is fine. That could be a little bit too easy, yes. So yeah, we're going to get these treasure fleets just over here. We're just going to get ourselves on the verge of war, and we're going to declare war for the shortest possible time if we have to. Now this merchant is able to go through, so I wonder if my treasure fleets can. I don't know, but I'm going to be ready to declare war otherwise. The fires of heaven have become fires on earth. I'm not really finding too many issues, to be honest. I have noticed some of the other guys having some problems. I mean, his stuff seems to be on fire. It might be partly to do with my denunciation of him. Although technically I haven't denounced him at all, I still can't do that. I'm trying to send my boats around. They're sort of trying to find the long way around. Yeah, that's just a commander. They are managing to get through the ice, which is interesting. So we might not have to declare this war, but anyway, I'm bringing my boats around. I suppose in theory, can we go up here as well? I don't know. I might just send one of them up there. I don't know if it needs to be the capital. I think it just needs to be back to one of your actual, like, you know, wharfs somewhere. So we're going to attempt that and see. We are just now on, future civics, basically. Oh, we got the Doomsday book still to do. We do Doomsday book and then we got future civics. We're on future tech as well. So, we're doing fine, considering I barely know how any of this seems to work in this particular age. So a little bit strange to me, to be honest, but we'll keep on growing. We do have a new city over here, by the way, Canterbury, where we make brie, obviously. No, we don't want to convert it to a city, Thomas. No, we will go and have that tasty gypsum, which means that we can be Prussians. Oh, they're Niter. That makes more sense. Okay, excellent. That's a new civ available to us in the next stage. You'll notice, yes, I am just making sure we are somewhat fortified in this kind of a position right now, just in case this war does break out right before the death. But yeah, I don't know that we'll get many more treasure fleets across, so we'll just do what we can at this stage. And oh yes, the crisis. I've just added on, oh no, missionaries have one extra movement. Who bloody cares? And when you convert a settlement you own, I'm not trying to convert any of my settlements. I don't care at all. This crisis, I laugh in its face. The people of neighbouring Tuban are terribly unhappy. They want to join us. Oh, well, I'm happy about that because you can see what that is. That is the opening of our path to freedom, baby. Yes, we can send these treasure fleets back in this direction much more easily. Damn it. Oh, yeah. Well, apparently you can travel through there anyway, so he says, but I don't believe it. No. Okay, that's exciting. We can see, yeah, we've caused them some problems with that denunciation. Not even a full denunciation, just causing trouble. And, oh, that's very nice indeed. Constantinople, should I have brought this in? We potentially could still do it. I think it might be a bit tricky, but 6 turns. We're just going to give it a go. We might get 6 turns to do that. I'm going to try and bring them in. Apparently we actually had some rioting here. The game's just kind of done it even though 17 happiness. Yeah, why not, guys? Why not? 3 turns of the White Tower. We should be okay with that one. I might just buy some repairs, actually, because quite frankly, there's not much issue with money at this particular moment. I might as well make sure all is good. We really don't want any problems here. We want to go and finish this up before everything ends this era. I can confirm from the very useless tooltip which says you must escort your boats safely back to your homeland to unload the treasure and earn the treasure fleet points. I can now confirm I can just dump it onto the edge of the sea. So that is all absolutely fine. And does that mean at this point? No, because that's not connected. Okay, whatever. We're gonna make it back to some kind of territory in a turn or two. Okay, these guys who love to just ignore your new updated order. There we go. See, we're gonna get some of them there eventually. A little bit late in the day, but some more of these treasure fleets are going to make. That's a trade fleet, Thomas. That's not quite the same. Yeah, more trade routes. But I think we'll probably be able to get a few more there in time. And apparently I have managed to make it to the end of our culture tree, so that's something. I certainly hope so, seeing as I've completed the culture tree as far as I can tell. My treasure fleets are not going to be enough. I'm going to be economic dark age, despite the fact that I have plenty of resources. I just didn't understand how anything worked. Oh, that was sudden. Who will carry on our legacy? I don't know, but our boats aren't going to make it, are they? That's just ridiculous. Yeah, that isn't actually connected, so we'll just plug that in. Yeah, it looks like our treasure is not going to make it home because the game wasn't very clear, to be honest. And I mean, you can blame me all you want, to be honest, but the game's new and I didn't know what I was doing. So apparently we've just about crept over the line at the death here. We're researching some future tech. We're about to get the second part of the Doomsday book. Hopefully we get to have that. And did we complete that wonder, by the way? No, we're 3 turns to the White Tower because we went from about 85 to 100% in I think 2 or 3 turns. It was quite staggeringly quick at the end there. Kind of devastating, actually. I think it's fair to say that we have a fair few options here as we enter the modern age. I suspect I'm going to have to suffer for some of my misunderstandings of the core mechanics of that previous age, but I figured it out just a bit too late, sadly for me. Still a little bit confused as to how the specialist was supposed to be ticked off, but it's fine. We were culturally supreme, and maybe that will help us in our final age, the modern age. And we have quite a few options, actually. America over here, plus 100 gold for new resources. Not sure we'll be doing too much of that. We have the French Empire. We can be Japan, of course. And we have Mexico. Viva la Revolution. They look quite interesting, actually. Cultural and diplomatic. I feel like Japan and Mexico have got my interest. The Mughals are a little bit of an extreme one. Not sure that's a first game kind of one. Minus 25 to all other yields, but could be interesting for sure. We have Prussia. Combat strength. I don't think we're going to be going too militaristic, albeit I have just built a huge pile of warlike things at the end there. Russia could actually be quite interesting. Culture and districts and city sites and districts in tundra, but we're not really in the tundra. That's probably the downfall of that one. And then we can't have Buganda, the Qing or Siam. So yeah, we shall see where we end up next time. I'm feeling it's going to be Japan or Mexico is what I'm feeling right now, but it may be a day or two between me recording the next part. So we shall see about that. For now, I will leave you. Thank you for joining me on this. Wow, this is taking me a long time to record. This very, very long recording session of Civilization 7. Thank you, and tally ho.
Let us have a moment for Domino then, a giant of a commander who, frankly, I completely let down.
Here! Yes! That was so good! We'll shoot them as they land. Ow! Oh, we're fine! Everything is fine! Panic over! It's only a horde of Vikings, it's not actually a problem.